Okay, got a 260Z, 74 260Z, and it's not a bad car, but we're going to take a shot, actually a second attempt, to replace the door panel. The previous panel was pretty trash, somebody put a hole in it for a speaker, falling apart, all the rest of it, and we're going to replace that. The other reason for changing these out, and I'm going to use those, I think they're made by Skillard, is that the old door handles were absolutely trash. This thing was destroyed and the cost of getting some new ones was prohibitive. So let's go into take a look. So these are the panels that came in, big box, and they're pretty much ready to go. I've tried putting them in once and had to make a few adjustments. So these are pretty much ready to go. And the only thing I did with these was add the fuzzy seal at the top, and then I came up with these little from Orchard, little grommets that kind of tidy up the pull area. So back in the car itself, it was a bit of a pain. I did a trial fit, and you'll notice that these things use these little, they're called well nuts. I destroyed a few of them, so I had to buy some more. That's how they fit in. But then the other thing that I had was a problem. The actual window, there's a little piece in there, and I actually replaced it. A little rubber bumper that caused the window. The window went down. Beneath the lip and wouldn't come back up again. The only other thing that I did, there's a hole on this panel, or a hole on the new card that sneaks through here, but it's not quite aligned, and I did something that I think has helped. If you can see this, take that down. There is a way with those screws, one at the top and one to the left there, you can actually get a few, eighths of an inch of movement, and I basically moved the whole thing down and to the left. And then what I also did was you can't see it, I actually brought this forward here by putting a few washers or spacers just to tilt it more into a vertical plane. Not a whole lot, but that seems to work. So anyway, so I'm going to give it a shot. You see I've got all the well nuts in there, and this thing is ready to go. Okay, so this thing is now on. It's hung over, and I have the window up. I have it hung over the pull. It's pretty much set around there, and then this was the thing. You can just see how it's not perfect. In fact, I think the holes maybe needs to go a little further to the left, but I can't change that. But that's the most difficult piece, and why the adjustment's needed. You can see it doesn't kind of sit perfectly. It's on an angle. So now I'm just going to work my way through. I'm going to start at the bottom with those little well nuts and piece those in, and then work up to this one is the hard one. Alright, so I actually ended up taking it off again. When I went to put in the bigger bolts, they were pretty seized up. I had to put some WD-40 in there, and I just ran them in. They're quite long, so I didn't know how far they could go in there and not mess up the mechanism for the window, so be careful of that. And you'll notice as well, if I hold that flat, those screws are not going in there at 90 degrees. So something to bear in mind when you tighten everything down. So anyway, let's give it a shot now. Okay, well, I've continued to play with this. These well nuts are absolutely crap. And see, that's one I've lost the inside from, but they don't hold in. If you screw it down, tighten one down, the other one pings off, and I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to find another way to do this mounting, because that is horrible. So yeah, that was a bad design flaw. Alright, so I also got some rubber pieces. I'm going to shim out the back. Those are going to go there and kind of present, take out some of the concaveness of the sheet, so you can tighten it down. So I've got those there and there, and I'm going to have my handles. Okay, well, I struggled and struggled and struggled. So you can see there's the one bolt, there's my handle held on. Remember, it's got the little plastic clippies over it, door handle down there, and lo and behold, those well nuts crapped out on me. So it is, I'm gonna have to come back in and somehow find something better to do. Right now it's in, but that they need to put a bend in this thing, I think. But now I've got to work on the other side. Okay, well, a cold light of day now. I worked on this all day yesterday and it was a pain in the backside. But anyway, it is in there, and you can see that it's all set up. Got the handle in there. That's off a Jeep Wrangler, I think, or Jeep Renegade handle. Everything's in, and you can see there how it's wrapped around. I put this strip around it, which is just door edge seal strip, and that was a very good idea. And I think the issue that we've got here, and next time around I would put something down this back end just to kind of space it out. So it's a rubber, so it's not quite as tight around there. But anyway, it's all in. You can see here the trash pile of those well nuts, which is absolute pain. I will never use those things again. They're just not strong enough. They just rip out. They don't hold themselves. That one's a destroyed one. So this is the key from O'Reilly's. This is what I use, and it's a nylon pull, and that saved the day. That allows you to anchor these things in the holes of the door, hit them hard into the door, and then attach your little screws and really draw everything down. So it worked out pretty good. I'm going to show how these go in. This was some of them push in quite nicely, and then you can hit them with a hammer just to take them in there. Some do not. You go in there and you put them in, and they don't hold themselves sufficiently for you to even, you can't hold them to hit them. So I came with a little trick. So that's the little trick. So you can't hold them sufficiently with your fingers. You'll end up putting the hammer on the end of your thumbnail. But that is on there now with a bit of tape, and I'm just gonna get a little hammer here and whack it, and it should go straight in. Okay, so you just use the tape, whack it in, and you are done. And that is how we're looking. So not perfect, but I'm reasonably pleased with that.